We could all use some good news today. Civil war, disease, isolation, wildfires. They've had their time in the sun. This is a new dawn, a new day. Luckily, we've been sent 2 sexy angels from Zeus himself to deliver us, the population of this beautiful odd planet, from the monotony of our own lives. Who are these heroes, you ask? And with what magic will they emancipate us? How creamy can one man's thighs be? And why do they call him Uncle Tickles? How high can a pop mom take us? Join us in our new endeavor and find out the answers to these questions and so many more you never even knew you had.
Hi, I'm Uncle Tickles, host of New Dad.
Hi, I'm Kate, and I'm the host of the Pop Moms Podcast. And I'm teaming up with Uncle Tickles to launch a new podcast network called the TKOK Podcast Network.
And one of the first things we're going to be doing is launching 2 new shows in the immediate future. The first of those shows is the TMC podcast.
Now, Uncle Tickles, what does that stand for again?
It stands for the Movie Club, and it's like a book club with movies and less reading.
And the types of movies that we're going to be watching, you, the listeners, can have a chance at influencing. We're going to be picking ones that we've probably already seen before, maybe some that you haven't seen in a while, and perhaps a few that you've never even heard of or wish you hadn't heard of.
Now, Kate's an amazing podcast host, and the guests we were going to have for you are going to be great in and of themselves. But what's really going to make the show special is what Kate had mentioned. You, the listener, shaping each episode.
And from picking the movies to asking questions that we're going to answer during the episodes, even having the chance to appear in a special episode where listeners will be guests on the show.
It's going to be a lot of fun. The second podcast we are going to announce today is one I'll be hosting, and it's Eat God, See Acid, which will be a fun little jog down.
A trip, Tommy. It's a trip. We're talking about psychedelics. We can trip.
That's why we're going to be a good team, because I'm an idiot and you are smart, and the show will be a fun little trip down memory lane, as Kate said, where our guests are going to come in, they're going to talk to Uncle Tickles, and they're going to tell their favorite stories and from the world of psychedelics. That's the good, the bad, the absurd, and spiritual. And this is going to be a show you're not going to want to miss.
So keep an eye out for updates about the network and our 2 new shows on all of the places that you're following Pop Moms Podcast and New Dad.
And if you host a podcast and are interested in joining the TKOK Podcast Network, or have an idea for a podcast you've always wanted to host, email us at tkokpodcastnetwork@gmail.com.
Thanks for tuning in. This was a special service announcement from your friends at TKOK Podcast Network.